we're really enthusiastic for every opportunity we have to teach and inspire people who are either going into the criminal justice system or people who are serving time right now. My name is Michael Santos, and on behalf of our entire team at Prison Professors, I wanted to create this really simple video, impromptu video. I'm over on the other side of my house right now, so if the background looks a little bit different, it's because I'm sitting where my wife works, and as you can see, she gets the nice view. I have to sit in the dark area just with the computer all the time. But I wanted to say that over the past couple of months, we've gotten a number of letters from people who are in jail and prison from all over the country. And I just want to say thank you because it means a lot to me. When I started serving my sentence back in 1987, I didn't know how I was going to get through 26 years in prison. But every day I had this belief that someday I'm going to be able to come back to society strong, with my dignity intact, and be able to contribute in meaningful, measurable ways to the lives of others. I didn't know what that would mean, but I knew that there would be a lot of obstacles along the way, and I can say that I still feel an enormous amount of gratitude to the many people who inspired me, including Nelson Mandela, Socrates, Viktor Frankl, so many people that just gave me the hope I would need to get through this. And I frequently say that one of my mentors, Mahatma Gandhi, used to say, try to be the change that you want to see in the world. And what I want to see in the world is an opportunity for people who are serving time in prison to come back to society without having to run away from anybody and without having anybody running away from them. And I'm really passionate about conveying this message that the decisions somebody makes today, regardless of what challenges they are going through, are going to have an enormous influence on what they become in the weeks, months, and years ahead. And so my wife has separated a few of the letters for me that I want to read, and I can't read them all because that's all I would be doing all day long is reading letters. But some of them I do want to read. What I will say is that we've sent out a number of books, more than 100 books, since people have been writing to us over the past couple of months. And I try to send out books as frequently as I can, provided that I have the resources to do so. Obviously, it costs money to send the soft cover books out, but I'm committed to sharing that. And I definitely want to thank other people who help me by providing resources that I can use to sponsor indigent people and just try to give a little bit of hope to people. So I would like, though, today to take a little time to read some of the letters that we received with hopes of getting a message and really giving an idea. Now, I don't know if I should read the entire letter. Some of them, I think, are from people who have written in the past. I can ask my wife. She's sitting across from me. Which one? So
this one is asking for some.
Okay. So this person, and I got my glasses on because I'm 57 years old and I can't see. So here we go. Mr. Santos, and my name is Michael, first of all. Anybody who's serving time in prison, I consider to be a brother or a friend or somebody I want to share some messages to. So Mike, he says, Dear Mr. Santos, I know you are busy and I'm sorry to bother you at all. It's never a bother. We'll start with a caveat. It's never a bother for me to receive a letter. It's a privilege. And I want to say, I'm just sorry I don't have the time to read everything. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people that have access to the courses I write and create because they're in jail and prison, and I give them away for free. So you can imagine we get a lot of them. But let's just read what we have here. I know you're busy and I'm sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to say thank you for reading, Raul's in my letter, the one on the Adovo videos. I'm also very grateful to Adovo for them giving me the opportunity to share this information with so many people in prison. Because it's kind of a dream for me to have served a lot of time, but to still be able to go back in there and share this inspiring message that I received from other leaders. By the way, the word you couldn't make out in the letter was neutrons. In jail and prison lingo here for neutral. Oh, I see. As in not in a gang. You correctly got the definition right, though. I really like to cruise along the freeway of the occasional ocean vista. I made another one of those videos last week because I happened to be going right down that same freeway. So you'll see it soon. Sweet. Since your prison letters video, I have a little recognition from other people as a Michael Santos books guy. Well, it's a Prison Professors. It's not just me. We have a team. We have a team of people here at Prison Professors, and we're all formerly incarcerated, and we all believe that every individual, regardless of what challenges he's made in the past, he can start working to build a better life. And different people on our team work in different areas of our group. Some of our people on our team work on what we would call client services, but that's a fee for service where they're helping people work towards mitigation and get ready for a lower sentence and things of that sort. Some people on our team work with me in business development, and we create relationships with organizations and universities and enterprise clients that we try to help people who are not in the system never come into the system with mitigation strategies and compliance tools. So we're always working. And the funny thing is all of the lessons that we provide are predicated on lessons that I learned from leaders while I was serving 26 years in prison. So you may be locked in a prison or a jail right now, but that doesn't mean you can't be living a useful life. You can always be learning to develop stronger communication skills. And I'm really grateful to know that you are reading some of these other books that I wrote and so on. So would you provide a video with book suggestions, fiction and nonfiction possibly? Obviously, a treasury philosophy would be included. Well, book suggestions. Geez, what are some of the influential books that inspired me when I was in prison? And the first one was Plato's Republic, which really taught me the art of Socratic thinking. It's truthfully, it's written by Socrates. No, it's written by Plato, but it's the story of Socrates. And those books were very helpful to me. What other influential books? What was Stephen Covey's book? The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. In fact, that's one of the books that inspired me to write the Straight A Guide. I'll tell you a funny story about that. I was visiting inside of a prison visiting room and being recruited to go work for a friend of mine who has a rather successful business in Northern California. And I told him that I really felt passionately about building a career around my journey. I wanted to help people in prison understand that the choices you make today have a direct influence on what they become tomorrow. Well, he asked me how I was going to do that, and I told him about this book I had read, Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And he told me, well, that's really impressive that guy has had such a huge influence on business. He said, but you really need your own 7 habits. And I remember going back from the visiting room and returning to my prison, housing unit. And I was sitting in there staring at the walls, I often do, and thinking, well, how am I going to create this? What am I going to write? And I remember thinking, okay, well, my story really began to transforming my life, began by reading Socrates, who helped me identify with success principles, set clear goals, and then I realized, well, it all begins with attitude, and that's why you have to have the first step is attitude. Second, you have to have this vision. I always visualize coming back to society, being able to put on a suit and tie and go into any environment. I used to wear a suit and tie a lot when I first got out of prison, but now I rarely do. Working from home in flip-flops, and it's a lot better, I'll tell you. But that was a vision when I was in prison, put on a suit and tie, go into business, because that was back in the 80s when I went to prison, and that's how business people dressed. Third, it was going to be, you've got to take action. I had to take action every single day, massive action every day when I was in jail, be self-motivated, self-directed. Fourth, you had to hold yourself accountable. I had to learn to do all that. 5, I knew that people would need to keep their head in the game. They need to be aware of what opportunities exist. That the same opportunities that opened for me were available for everybody in prison. And by keeping my head in the game, I would make other people aware of me, and they would invest in me, and they would give me opportunities. And that's what you can do. And you could probably experience that right now. You may be in jail, but you're around some people of influence. And those people may be successful business guys that went to prison. It may be a case manager or a counselor who has the leverage or the influence to move you around to a halfway house or to home confinement. It may be a warden who can recommend you for parole. I don't know who it is, but I know that there are people around you. And anytime there are people around you, you can have a positive influence. And for me, it was really important to always have a positive influence. And the next task in my course, of course, is authentic. You've got to be authentic. You can't be fake, right? You can't be pretending that you want to be successful. You got to be about it, and then the world takes notice of you. And then it was really a lot about celebrating the small achievements along the way, and finally sowing seeds and giving back. And you can see I'm still trying to do that today, right? Every video that I put on Adovo is free. I don't get a nickel for it, but I always spend time to do it because it's important to me to give back, just like people gave to me. So I learned that from Covey. That's what inspired me to write my own course. And since then, of course, I've written many, many others because I'm always committed to trying to be the change that I want to see in the world. Let's take a look at another letter here that I got. This one from somebody I hope that I haven't read before. I think I read that person before. Oh, I haven't? Okay, so I guess I've never read this person before. This is Makuyapi, and he is from Deer Lodge, Montana. I'm quite certain I've read to you before, so I think I'm grabbing the same letter sometimes. So listen, I have to say that I'm impressed with your achievements. I'm writing to let you know that if you could use anyone like me, I am willing to give you a try. I was giving a sentence of 25 to life for a deliberate homicide. Yes, I did read this letter before, and I want you to know that my wife and I have sent you another package of books today, okay?
No,
So,
he wrote 7 days of journal.
so apparently you already got those books, and today, this was written on Tuesday, March the 9th, you said, I just sent you a letter, but I feel this letter was not enough, I guess because I have a lot more to say. It's just so great. I'm so grateful when I hear that people feel inspired to write, because that's how I used to be when I was in prison. I'm going to begin writing you a letter once a day. Oh, no, I can't read all these letters, bro. I've got a business to run. This is my appreciation for your daily visits over the videos. Well, I'm going to do my best to do this, but I see you've written 7 letters here. My wife Carol is my silent partner. I'd love to get her on screen with me because she's really quite beautiful, but she doesn't like to be on camera. She's scared of going to prison. She said she's had enough of that. So I'm not afraid because I know that everybody in prison are just people. And so I would love to have her on here, but she won't be on here. So I'll just say thank you for helping me. With 60 years to do, which is basically life, you say that you have 60 years, but I don't believe that. I believe the world changes, and I believe that we as human beings can change our influence on the world. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of time, but that's the reason I send you all of these books, and I do want you to know I appreciate all of these letters, but like I said, I have hundreds of letters here. I can't read them all. But I want you to keep doing it because I'm going to share these letters with other people, like fundraisers, and I'd say, look at the impact that we are having on society. This is the reason that formerly incarcerated people should have a role in helping others become the best that they can become. I have another letter here. Hello, I hope this letter finds you and your family well. For myself, I am doing well. I want to thank you again for the books you sent. So I'm reading letters from a lot of people apparently that we've already sent books to. I guess I haven't gotten into the stack yet of people that I haven't responded to, but I'm going to try and do that later this week because I've got a lot of other videos that I'm creating, and those videos I hope are all teaching and inspiring you. But this one is from Jeff Miller, a California CDCR guy. We have a lot of courses in CDCR, and good news is we have some new courses that are coming into CDCR. I don't know how long it will take to get them up and running on the program in California State Department of Corrections, but they will be available in every state prison, and even women will have access to them. I'm working with a lot of institutions just trying to spread this message of hope and inspiration, and I hope that you find this helpful. Can you find one in there, honey, of somebody that I've never written before or acknowledged before, a brand new person? There's so many, but I know that I maybe have the wrong stack today. In any event, let's just grab that one. Just grab a random one. Okay, there's a random one. Kenny Whelan. I know I've written to Kenny Whelan in Santa Barbara. I think I've got the wrong stack. I made a lot of videos here, but I wanted to just, anyway, let me just say I want to thank all of you. If I didn't mention your name, maybe it would be great, Carol, look at the books that we sent and just tell me the names, and I'm going to thank the people by name. This is from Aaron Hancock. Oh, I haven't read Aaron Hancock's. From Rancho Cucamonga. That's right up the road. I'm right down here in Laguna Niguel. Hello, Michael and prison professors. First, I would like to say thank you for your contributions to our community. I have completed the Straight A Guide, the Masterminds course, and the Deauville tablets. I'm in the process of watching all the prison professor videos at the moment. I especially enjoyed the one on Elon Musk. Oh yes, he's a big inspiration to me, so much so that I bought his car. I admire him greatly. You introduced me to his biography, which I copied from the video and am in the process of acquiring now. I have a question. What other books do you suggest? Another one, looking for books. I better do one on book reviews. I am bipolar, highly intelligent, and fighting a 30 to life sentence. I am 10 plus year master organic, vegan, medical marijuana grower. I am interested in stocks, investing, and now to support and educate myself in my case does not end up beneficially for me. I would like to take this time to apologize for my penmanship. There's nothing wrong with your penmanship, my friend. I read it perfectly well. I am working on it. I should have studied to be a doctor. Well, we all should have done things in the past, but it's never too late. All jokes aside, I'm ready to tell you thank you and ask you for any advice on literature you would be kind enough to bless me with. I'm interested in the daily journal. Well, that daily journal has gone out today, my friend, and be able to afford paper to keep one going. I have taken the little bit of money I get and purchasing a share of Tesla. Well, I didn't recommend that. Although the stock has been really on a tear. You ought to think about cryptocurrencies, though. I've been creating some courses that help people understand a little bit about cryptocurrencies, and you'll be seeing those soon. I have limited resources. Who am I creating? Practically none. Well, I can relate to that because I was in that same boat. But I'm self-motivated most of the time, otherwise known as manic. Well, my friend Aaron Hancock, I want to thank you for writing this letter. I want to just take one more. And the next time what I'm going to do, because I just can't read them all, I'm going to ask my wife to create a roster of all the people that have written that we're sending books to. And I'll thank you that way. That I can do. So this is from Paul Tracy, who's from Warren, Maine. Oh, well, I remember being in the Maine prison. Are you looking at this at Dover or right through the Maine? I had to deal with the Maine Department of Corrections for a while. Okay, so this is Dear Mr. Santos from, Paul Tracy. Okay. I would like to thank you for all of your dedication and time share every day with all of us in prison. Too many times people who make a go of it when they get out. They never look back to help anyone else. And here you are picking up all the slack. I have an application called Slack that I use every day in business. Words can never be enough to express my gratitude. I am a go-getter myself, becoming a certified antique appraiser in prison. That's an interesting concept. Talk about some hope of fire to jump through. Hoops of fire to jump through. All I need is a hand up. Oh, I forgot to wear my glasses. Where are my glasses? Oh, well, I lost them. Apparently my eyes aren't that bad. All I need is a hand up, not a handout. Would you please send us some of your books and your daily planner? I want to commit to the change and I want to thank you again. The daily planner is really awesome because each one of those daily planners includes I found my thing. Here it is. Good. Each one of the daily planners right here includes lesson plans and questions, and it's kind of a self-directed course. And frankly, I could create a lot of these. They take time. Okay. So anyway, look, I just want to thank all of you guys. I know it's tough in there. I know you're apart from the people you love and the people who love you. But every day you got to be thinking about what you can do to grow stronger. And you always have opportunities to learn. There's literature all around you. And my hopes are that you find the literature that will move you to become the best that you can possibly be. I believe in you. And I want to thank you for bringing prison professors into your life. And I hope that we can continue to give you some hope for a better future. Thank you.